I'm just waiting for it to happen again. It's gonna happen when I least expect it. I'm gonna jump a mile. I'm just getting you guys ready for it, that's all. Psyching myself up about it. Meow, meow. Right, meow.
Zap, zap,
Shh. Don't tell the flies about it. This is gonna happen, isn't it? It's gonna happen. Poche, thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate the meow biddies. And Rise Gunner, thank you so much for the follow. It's lovely to have you here, and thank you so much for the support. Sounds delicious. I was working in a culinary institute, and they were very strict about like the right tool for the job. I was required to set for an example for students. That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, I agree with the right tool for the right job, but you know, to be honest with you, you're not going to need 22 knives to do the right tool for the right job. That's been a bit finicky to me, but you know, whether you agree or not is another question. It's 10 AM, almost here in LA. Woke up an hour ago, but great day so far. I'm so glad you're having a great day so far. Hope it's not too hot over there in LA. I know it gets quite warm. It's pretty warm over here where I am in New Mexico. Shouldn't be too hot today. I say that. I think it's around about, what, 35 or 30? Something along those lines. Shouldn't be too bad today. Alright, beautiful. Most cases, I consider the chef knife the right tool for the right job. I would agree. You're really not going to have to spend money to get another, you know. I mean, there are people out there who might disagree, and that's fine. You're entitled to the opinions, but personally, you really don't need a huge deal of knives just to do what you want to do in the kitchen. I mean, yeah, if you need to fillet a fish knife, you need a fillet knife, of course. Fish knife. But, like, you know, within reason. I mean, I'm not going to have a separate knife for, like, cutting tomatoes or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit silly. But, you know, you can use a chef knife for all-round cutting vegetables. Does a very good job. The only thing is, make sure you sharpen it regularly, and you shouldn't have any issues or any problems. Pizza. What about pizza? Always pizza. Atoon, what's up? Hey, Chef and Chat. Hey, buddy. How's things? They frequently disagree. Oh, that's fine. I mean, they're entitled to their opinions, but generally, hands down, you don't need that many knives. Chef, I have a choice. Pizza, steak, or potatoes, or sandwich. I'm guessing everyone's going to say pizza. Yeah, that's why everyone's saying pizza in chat. I had a monthly expense account for tools and maintenances. Use it or lose it. I suppose if they gave you the thing, I mean, you're not going to say no to it, aren't you? But that's fair enough. But honestly, you're really not going to need that many knives to do the right tool for the right job. I guarantee you. You are going to need an extra hand to make sure you don't drop the pan, though. That's for certain. Good catch, Chef. I know. Spider-Man, the spider senses were tingling, so I had to go jump down and get it. All right. Beautiful. Right, so once we've done this, we're going to add the beans, we're going to add some spices, and we're going to add some richness to it as well. Yeah, I agree. Maybe 5 in total. Yeah, as I said, the knives I've got like a little baby serrated knife. I've also got a vegetable knife, chef's knife, bread knife, or if you want to call it pastry knife, that's fine. A filleting fish knife for fish. Don't believe in having a turning knife because we're not in the 1960s. So I don't use turning knives. I mean, some people still love doing that stuff. And that's cool. That's fine. That's what they're into. I'm not into that kind of stuff, like turn vegetables and that. Too old-fashioned for me. And that's it. I really don't see you'd need anything else, with all honesty. It hasn't stopped me doing any of my dishes for the last 2 years. So those are the only kind of knives I've had on stream or helped me through quite a lot of things. I mean, you can get a few more other knives and stuff, yeah. What does the turning knife do? So basically, you can turn vegetables with it. That's pretty much it. I mean, probably some people find different jobs for it, but honestly, I find it a bit of a waste of time, in my opinion. So if you've never seen turned vegetables, they used to get, like, say, for example, you could have done it with a zucchini. They used to turn it using a turning knife into, like, a little barrel shape and just cook it in butter. It's very old-fashioned. I'm not I'm not into that kind of stuff. It's great for cleaning shrimp. I mean, you could use it. I usually use a little vegetable knife, and I don't really have any issues with that. You just slice down the middle, and you just pull the vein out, and one straight stroke. But yeah, I could see why it would be handy, I guess. But all you need is a little sharp knife, just to cut down the middle, and you just pull that vein out. Yeah, it's not necessary. That's what I'm saying. If you're not turning vegetables, I love it how chefs try and find different ways to like find, oh, the turning knife, you can use it for scratching your back or something. I don't know. But you know what I mean. They find like odd jobs to try and use it. But I don't see the point in having one. I used to have one ages ago, but yeah, I kind of misplaced it accidentally. But that's all good. Right, okay, let's get the beans in there. Can opener might be handy to have in the kitchen, right? Which I've got somewhere over here. Oh, here it is. I got it. Need to justify having it some way. Yeah, it's the justification. But could chef make an entire meal with only a sharp samurai sword? Probably not. I'd just say, give me my chef knife and I'll make you a meal. The only blade. I mean, I'll have a go, but I can't guarantee it'll come out as perfection as it would with a chef knife. Oh. There it is. That beautiful pop. Insert clip as Samurai Chef here, or John Belushi. Yeah, I'll just keep to a normal chef light knife. I'm good. Let's not do weird and wonderful, shall we? Let's just keep it normal and wonderful. Right. Cannelloni beans. Or is this? No, this is the pinto beans, sorry. I'm going in first. Just drain the second one off. So this one's the cannelloni. There we go. Got it right this time. Just drain off at the sink, guys. It'll be 2 seconds. 90% of what you do in the kitchen will be accomplished with a chef knife, and paring knife is like a bone-in or slash filleting knife and a bread knife. Yeah, it's just convenient to have those things. Like, you know, if your knife is sharp enough, which you could probably slice the bread, but you know, it's not ideal, is it? It's just convenient to have more of a bread knife to get a sharper cut or a sharper finish. So yeah, it is handy to have those knives. But yeah, you could do it with your chef's knife if you got it sharp enough. I mean, it might not be practical or very safe, but you can still do it. Come on. I don't really want to use that knife, but it's okay. There we go. Good peeler, I mean. By cheap peeler, you'll be willing to lose. Yeah, I find these peelers very comfortable. They're called OXO peelers. You've probably seen them. Very comfy, very sharp. Just so much more handy than most peelers that you get. If you're going to buy a good peeler, I always recommend the OXO one. I've used them my entire career. Wouldn't use any other peeler. Always recommend that one. It's very good. I don't really big fan of those peelers with like the metal handles, because number one, they're uncomfortable. And they usually, especially if you're doing like large amounts of peeling, which, you know, for home use, it's not really worrying about it unless you're cooking for a party. But then you might end up getting blisters or whatnot, or if you're uncomfortable with it, you might like slice yourself or peel yourself. So yeah, that peeler, you can peel bags and bags and bags and bags of potatoes. You won't get a blister. Guarantee you. Right. I use like the cheap plastic handles with the replaceable blades. Cost like $3. That's fair enough. Same design. Yeah, I mean, I just prefer the really good grip. You've got to have a good blade as well as a good grip. Same when it comes to knives. You've got to have a really comfortable handle with a good blade. It's very, very important. For me, at least. it's like some people like using those, what's it called? Those global knives. And I get it, some people are comfortable with them, but I think the handles are flipping disgusting. They're horrible. I've used them before and, oh my god, they're horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I couldn't I would stay clear of them. Very good blades, though. Nothing wrong with the blades, but the handles, disgusting. I hate globals. Yeah, globals are horrible. They're really, really uncomfortable. But yeah, I'd stay clear of them. Yeah, they got very bad grips indeed, and you'll end up getting blisters from them. Because as you push down on there, they've actually got a hard part on the handle, which actually pushes into your hands or your fingers or wherever it is. And they usually leave like kind of calloused or kind of hard parts on your hands. It's really just not good for your hands in general. Right, so let's get some spices in there. We've got all the beans in there. Fantastic. I want to add some paprika. Now, you could add some smoky paprika if you want that smokiness. That's absolutely fine. I've got another bit of paprika, which I just found. And I also want a touch of cayenne pepper in there. And also, a touch of Marmite. I know some of you might cringe at that, but it will actually add a lot of richness to the stew. So, and we need a can of tomatoes as well, which I'm going to add right now. I used to sell knives, and you wouldn't believe how many people completely ignore comfort in selecting a knife. It's because they're, I don't know, maybe they're not very kind of knowledgeable about the knives, or maybe they're new to using knives, and they're like, oh, look at that knife, it looks so sharp. I mean, yeah, it looks sharp, but I think it comes with experience. You realize that holding a knife is just as important as the blade, especially if you work like long hours. Definitely, for sure. Ooh, stewed tomatoes. I love these ones. So, you know, I think it just comes down to experience at the end of the day, or how well you know knives, or, you know, you learn. Everyone's learning at a different stage, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, globals make new spots. Yeah, I don't know. I find that I'm using it every day. I've got two little ones there, which have actually gone down over the years. They're actually a lot more softer on my hands. But I still use my knife pretty much every day on stream, and obviously on the weekends and stuff. So I'm using them pretty much nearly every day. So I don't really have many callus left on my hands anymore. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm not chopping up for like 50 to 100 people, you know? I suppose there's a difference to that as well. Where are we at now? Marmite is love, Marmite is life. Marmite is expensive in the States. It is expensive in the States, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Right. The $30 Victorinox 8-inch knife Chef is the best knife I've ever invested in. With composite handles, easy to maintain blades. Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. It's very like affordable to have. I always recommend for a Victorinox knife, is always good to start off if you're starting chef, you know, because they're affordable and they're really great quality. Even if you're not starting off and you're like still carrying on with your career and you're just happy with them, that's fine. But for people who like want to spend a little bit more money, who have the money, you know, you can invest in a better knife. But I always recommend start off with Victorinox. You can't go wrong with them. They're decent, they're good quality, and they're affordable, you know. And if they ever go wrong, you can always replace them for a reasonable price. They're pretty good. I've never used Marmite. I guess I should try it out. I love it. I think it's great. It's great for gravy, stock, sauces, or something that you want to enrich in. I can't fault it. And it's great as well because it's got plenty of vitamin B in there as well, right? Yeah, vitamin B. So it's pretty good for you. It's like a salty, yeah, pretty much, but it'll help give it that flavor and background into a stew or sauce or anything like that. Most of my kit range is between 80 to 400 per place, but you never use Marmite? Give it a bash, see what you think. Yeah, there's lots of vitamin Bs, definitely, for sure. So if you're lacking vitamin B, get yourself some Marmite. Right. The paprika in here. I'm going to put like 3 teaspoons in here. Make it 4. There we go. 1 teaspoon of cayenne. If I want to add it later on, more spice, I can do. I'm not going to put 2 in now and then realize, holy moly, it's too hot, and then it's too late. So I'm just going to go for 1 and see how I feel about it later on. Vitamin D. Vitamin B we're talking about, Mr. Warbot. If you're being rude, behave yourself. Right. Let's wash my hands. Goes by the store out of Marmite, eats straight out of the jar. Yeah, it's very salty. If you eat this like straight out of the jar, you'll be a very salty chap. It's very nice on toast, mixed in with butter and sliced on toast. That's what I've had when I was younger, and I still have. Hey, I haven't had it for quite a while with toast and butter, but it's pretty nice. It's an acquired taste. Not everyone likes it. So I'm gonna put a teaspoon in here. Just mix that in. There it goes. Sunlight for vitamin D. Yeah, but you can also overdo it. You don't want to be sitting out in the sun with oil on yourself. End up getting skin cancer or whatnot, so be very careful. I mean, I suppose if you need more vitamin C, just go for like an hour walk. Make sure you put sunscreen on if it's like really hot. You know, just being sensible. Right, let's give this a mix around. Right, I'm going to add a little touch of water to this, and then we're going to put a lid on it, and we're going to let it stew away very nicely. And I forgot some fresh thyme, which I'm going to put in now. Beautiful. Hey, Burnley. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? Touch of fermentation. Sounds amazing. Right, so I'm not going to put the thyme stalks in there. I'm going to take the thyme leaves off. So, there we go. Flick this round. There we go. So what you want to do is just grab the top and then just kind of basically pull them off. So you don't need to worry about it. If you're still being a little bit finicky about it, you can always dice this up if you want to. But it should like just basically cook down. You won't even notice it. I certainly don't, but if you want to take it a step further, you can do. Right. So I personally hate waiting after a stew later on and fishing through it for stalks, and you know, it's a pain. I suppose you could use like an old classic old-fashioned bouquet garni if you really wanted to. Tie it with a piece of string on the edge, and you know, you can pull it out. That's fine. But you know, pick the leaves off, which will take you what, a minute. Just drop them straight in. Easy done. Don't need to pull anything out then. Right, so a little cup of water, just to finish it off. Threw the cans away. That's okay. Grab a cup here. Just a little touch of water, just so it doesn't get too thick. That'll do. Plenty. Right. Okay. So let's give this a little mix around. Beautiful. So we're going to let this simmer down very, very slowly and very steadily. We're going to have a little taste of it later. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper now, and then I'll add some salt at the end. I'll taste and see if it needs adjusting for the seasoning. Now, when I say seasoning is not pepper. Seasoning is just salt. Black pepper is actually just a spice. It's not a seasoning, but it shouldn't be. If my thyme has tender stems, usually just chop it up and at home, not in the restaurant. Like if it's woody, I pick it. Yeah. If they're like really soft and tender, I suppose you could chop them up. Don't see why not. But I'd say most of the time they're pretty woody. But it's up to you, I guess, if you have a feel for them and see if you're happy with it. I suppose if you had homemade fresh thyme, depend on the stalks. But yeah, you could chop it up. I don't see why not, Cypher. Right, let's pop that away. Right, we're going to have a little wish-wash. Have a little clean down, and we're going to start making those cheeky... Actually, I'm going to get the garlic aioli done. So, a bit of lemon juice, garlic, honey, and a touch of vinegar. I'm not going to go too crazy with this, so yeah. Mr. Warbot, we keep it English, please, good sir. English-only channel. I know you're talking Japanese, but English only, dude. So have a little wash down. Nice and clean. Let's fill the sink up. Beautifuls. Nice, put a plug in. Nice hot water. And if you guys haven't entered that giveaway, if you want to, you can do. I know I go on about it all the time, but I want you more people enter it, the more happy I'll be. Just want you guys to get some good old giveaways. Chef can't read. I can't, but it's actually one of my rules in my channel. English only, please, guys. You should know this. Right. So, what we're going to do, pop this away. Let's have a little cheeky wish wash. Fantastic. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to start with the aioli, and then I'm going to start making the tortillas. So, yeah, sorry guys. When people come in here with like different languages, I say to them, look, only English only. And I know you guys are mods, but you know, rules are rules. I'm not going to be like make a rule for one and not a rule for another. Do you know what I mean? Fair is fair at the end of the day. I like to be fair to everyone. Because whenever somebody comes in with a different language, I always say to them, read the rules, English only, I'm sorry. Apologies, I can't speak other languages, only English and bad English, but yeah. No exceptions, I'm afraid, guys. Right. I'm a fair chap, what can I say? I like to treat everyone exactly the same and fairly, so, you know. Nothing against you guys, I promise. Right, let's give this a little dry up. Very, very quickly. I'm not going to be too long. Pop a few things away. Whoop! Let's put some of this stuff away as well. Oh, I've actually got some spoons now. Finally. I wonder where they were. They're all cleaned up. We can Google it, but if you speak English, why make it a thing? Because this is how I decide to run my channel. If somebody else wants a channel where they can speak multi-languages, that's fine, but this is how I want my channel, English only. It's okay, no worries, Chef, I appreciate it, dude. We need a sync camera. Feels odd not seeing you wash up. I know, it's a little bit odd. There's not a lot I can do about it. If I get another camera, the USB will kind of short out, but I'm kind of maximizing all my USB power, to be honest with you, with the 3 cameras. I suppose I could turn the camera, but it's a lot of effort. My admin was actually looking into getting a camera to move by itself, so if I move, it will follow movement. So, but he said that would contain quite a lot of work, and I'd probably have to pull off OBS, so I don't know. We'll see. You can tell he spent time as a chef, by the way. Demands standards in his kitchen. He knows. He knows. I was talking to them, Chef, not you. I'm sorry. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. No worries. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm just like a fair bloke at the end of the day. You can't just have somebody, Chef, you treat your mods better than us. And I was just like, I don't give anyone an excuse to say that. So, I treat everyone exactly the same. There's no special treatment here. Or I don't like to think so, at least. If I do, just pull me up on it, guys, you know.